It is important for us to understand it is not how big the penis is or how small the penis is. As Pastor Munene has said in Beridi and Salano, it's all about your mind. And most of the times when you hear most of the women saying that the man has a small penis, it means she has had sex with other men, probably who had bigger penis. And she has a mindset. Women have a mindset of big things.
Okay.
Especially penis. I don't know why we have a liking. We want a small body, we want a small head, we want small legs. But when it comes to penis, we want a big penis. I don't know why. If you have seen those who have been pranked, even on social media, every time a man puts a cucumber and it looks like it's big, women are so much attracted. I don't know why women think that they need a big penis, to give them pleasure. I came to submit to us. It is not how small or how big it is, as they have said. It's an issue of your mind. And as long as a man can have an erection, that penis is well to go. Why? Because of the way God has created the anatomy, the anatomy and the physiology. That is the organs of a woman. The organs of a woman is important for you to understand that the vagina of a woman is only sensitive 2 to 3 inch.
2 to 3 inch. Deep.
So as long as your husband has a penis that is 2 inch, 2 inch and a half, 3 inch, it will function as long as it can erect.
2 inch, my dear.
2 inch to 2, yeah. No, 2 inch to 3.
All right.
As long and very few men have that. As long as they can erect, it is quite enough. Because even when we are reaching orgasm during foreplay on our clitoris, a man does not use most of the times. Some may use their penis, but they use the hand. How big is the hand? What part of the hand you use? A very small tip.
The tip of the finger.
Thank you. A tip of the finger is what arouses a woman. And God knew that because God cannot make a mistake when creating a man. Remember, God is the originator of sex.
Yeah.
God is the one who gave a man a penis and gave a woman a vagina. So he knows, even when you are coming out from your mother's womb, the penis you have been given, it's enough to do what it was ordained to do, and especially sex.
Yes.
And so it is not the size. It's not the size. The size does not mean that when a man has a small penis, you might have a challenge of getting children. Children don't come out from the size of the penis. Remember, children come from the testes.
You need to say that again.
Yeah.
That children don't
come from the size of the penis, whether it is big or small.
All right.
Remember, the seed of a man is not in the penis. Hiyo ni mufereji. It's like a pipe, to pass the seed. The seeds are in the testes.
You are teaching so powerfully.
Wow, thank you so.
The seed are not in the pipe.
In the pipe.
Ni mufereji.
Ni mufereji. The penis ni mufereji.
And maybe,
yes.
Mamu, from what
I
you're
love
saying,
this.
I think you should really echo that because nowadays most men are going for penis enlargement because of the societal pressure.
Yes.
People just feel like if I go and enlarge my penis, maybe I'll impress my girl more. But Mama said that it is not a matter of the size, but it's how you use it. Because we even find the pressure, like people are saying Nigerians are a threat to. They don't want any Nigerian people around the society because they feel that they can snatch away the females. It's that notion of that size of the penis.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but if you get liberated in the mind, it's all about the mind and what you believe in.
You talked about that it's about the mind. Whose mind? My mind or her mind?
Both.
The mind of the woman.
The
person who is seeing that the penis is small or the vagina is big. Because there are also men who believe that women have a large vagina. So it is not an issue of the person. It's an issue, the person complaining is the one who has another mindset. Because of having maybe watched porn. Those who watch pornography, it really messes up with your mindset completely, because there is a lot of camera tricks, there is a lot of enlargement, all these things. So people they are comparing their partner with what they saw. You can't compare if you don't have something else in your mind.
Exactly.
Comparison comes if you have something else in your mind that you are comparing with. But if the man can be able to erect and can be able to remove the semen and the sperms, because the semen comes from the prostate gland, the sperms comes from the testes, then that, and is able to ejaculate or give a volume that is enough to make sure that it is able to propel and go and fertilize an ovum. The size does not actually matter. What matters is what Pastor Munene said. ART, the art of love making. If a man does not know how to romance the wife, how to touch the most sensitive and erroneous parts, then this woman will never. That's why she's saying she has never enjoyed sex. Because it means that the man does not understand about romance. And that's why it's very important for men to understand the sensitive parts of women, the upper part of the body. Before even you go to the lower part, can you deal with the upper part? You kiss. You touch each other, because during that time when you're touching one another, as long as skin to skin comes into contact, there is a hormone produced by the brain called oxytocin, and this hormone helps you to bond with your partner. That's why before sex, you feel you are really attracted to your husband, and your husband feels very attracted to you, because that hormone is in control. This is the same hormone that is produced when a woman is breastfeeding. When you breastfeed a child, the way the mother and the son or the daughter, they bond. That is the hormone during that touch, during that breastfeeding. That hormone is when it is produced. So it's an issue of having the art of love making and understanding the anatomy of a woman, because one thing that God did, he put the clitoris outside the body, outside completely, so that peradventure, if a man is not able to get an erection for whatsoever reason, maybe he's stressed, he's sick, he can still have pleasure with his wife through using his finger. Not fingers, finger. One is enough. And especially the thumb can do a good work, and not really putting a lot of pressure. No, just touching it gently, because remember, the penis is a boneless organ. The vagina is also a boneless organ. So I want to talk to my sister, my daughter, or whoever has asked that question, to tell you that really the size does not really matter. Much more as there is a myth that the size matters. You see, a myth is a hidden lie in the mind of a person that is believed to be the truth, but it is not the truth.
Yes. There's also another case whereby some ladies, they feel kwamba, they are not okay.
Their vagina is large.
Yes.
That's a good one. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. Now, what is your take on that?
Yes.
Both professionally and any other advice that you can give on that also.
Wow.
Yeah.
Medically, there is no woman with a large vagina. There's nothing like that. The vagina enlarges depending with what is getting in or what is coming out. That's why the same vagina will get in a penis that is less than 500 grams. Less than
500 grams.
And the same vagina can be able to produce a baby with 4 kgs. Or 4.5,
I've heard of 6.
or 5, even 6 kgs. I was also born 5 kgs.
Wow.
So the
same
root.
The same root.
The same canal.
Wow.
And so all what a woman needs to know, as long as you deliver, by the 60th week, the 6th week, the natural way of a woman, everything returns back to its former state. The uterus that had enlarged and could be able to keep the placenta, could be able to keep the amniotic fluid, could be able to keep this baby with over 4 kgs, it is able to shrink and come back to its normal. And the uterus of a woman is the size of your fist. Every woman, your uterus is the size of your fist, equally with your stomach. Your stomach is also the fist of your hand. It's only that it has erectile muscles that can be able to expand. So the vagina, after 6 weeks after delivery, whether through CS or through normal delivery, your uterus, your vagina, your cervix, everything returns back to normal. And so from there, what you need to do as a woman is just to practice Kegel's exercise. When you go to pee, to urinate, you make sure that you don't urinate you hold as you release, You hold and then you release, you hold, you release until you finish to urinate. And then practice these things even when you are seated. The way I'm seated, I'm still practicing them. You squeeze in 3 seconds, you release. You squeeze in 3 seconds. Every man can practice that. 1, 2, 3, and then you release. 1, 2, 3. That PC muscle, when it is tight, you go back again to your former state. So there's no woman who has a big vagina. Alternatively, there are women who say that they are having flatulence, ni kama ananyamba kupitia kwa vagina. I don't know whether women have heard that, and they know. Amesikia kama amenyamba, lakini it is not from the anus, it's like from the vagina. Sometimes air can be trapped inside the vagina.
Oh, really?
Air can be trapped inside the vagina. So when it's coming out, it will come out like a flatulence, but it is not, or you are farting, but it is normal for a woman. So that one should not worry you. You shouldn't think that you have a problem. If you have any problem with that, just practice that Kegels exercise, and it should be both practiced by men and women, so that now their muscles are also tight. You know, you tighten your muscle. You squeeze in. Why men? Because also a man needs to practice that to make sure that he's able to be in control of ejaculation. Any man who does not practice also Kegels exercise is a premature ejaculator.
Oh.
Yeah, so how do you do it? When you go to the urinal, when you go to the toilet to pee, you release the urine, unakata. You release again, unakata. Mpaka umalize kupee. If you only go to the toilet and do po, you will find when you go to the vagina, you also do po. You're not able to hold more than 2-3 minutes, you are done. Why? We have said the biggest sex organ is the mind.
The mind, yeah.
So when the mind is able to hold, that is able to communicate the same information to your penis and to your vagina. So pastor is a myth.
Yeah,
it's also a myth that women have a big vagina. No. Women can be able to make sure that their vagina is tight and you have the pleasure of sex equally, just like you'd have also sexual pleasure from your clitoris. So it's actually a myth.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh my God. This is Legrand. Legrand is making it happen.